Comments on my Facebook page or the Dank page?
I'm gonna go to my Facebook. We'll take comments from me, right?
Yeah, but depending on which live they're watching, they'll be able to comment on mine, yours, and we won't see it unless we're looking at that specific one. So I'm gonna sit on the Dank Dad's page because we got one viewer right there.
Beasley back in the building?
Back in the building.
Oh, shit.
Journeyman, solid, old, reliable.
I smoked more weed with Cole Beasley in Dallas, Texas than you could imagine one night, dog.
Oh, this just in. Cole Beasley waved.
Huh?
Said this just in.
Hey,
smoking weed.
They know that motherfucker smoke weed.
This just in. Cole
Listen,
test positive.
Listen.
Or some dank ass blunt.
Listen. I was in the club in that's what we can't. What's up, Jeff?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, yo, we are
Episode 4.
Dank Dad, yes. Number 4. We are the Dank Dad Sportscast. You can catch us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We are the Dank Dad Sportscast, and we do sports, man, and cool shit.
It's kind of cool to think that we're a fucking month in.
Hey, listen, I am excited. First of all, I'm happy. What's that?
Sure, what that?
That's yours.
How much is down? Coming from that.
From where?
All right. But yeah, fuck, we're a month.
That's down.
No, that's just the volume for the laptop. The broadcast out.
Oh shit, you done got
so.
technical.
But yes, no, we're a month in.
No, listen, listen. Jeffrey has figured shit out, and I'm so happy.
On the fly.
I'm the fucking worst at it.
Yeah, I mean trial and error. Struggled for the first couple weeks, but we got that shit down now. But yeah, month in. Week 4.
How many people did we
Episode 4. I think YouTube had about 20 views. Facebook had a lot more. The page is growing a little bit. I think we got about almost.
6,000?
Yep. We got 100 likes or followers on that Facebook page. So that's 100 people. Pretty dope.
Make it grow.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is. Organic.
So where do we start? Where do we start today? Oh, first of all, our co-host Terry Pierce, he ain't gonna make it today. Terry, I'm gonna let Terry tell you what happened. But he's all right. He's all good. Terry's a football coach. Yeah. Terry is a 4-year NFL pro, and he's our co-host Terry Pierce, and he's also a high school football coach now. And I guess he took a little L.
I'm kind of upset that he's not here because I'm anxious to hear on defense or the offense that did it in for him.
I don't want to fuck with him.
I know, of course. Next week.
I don't mess with him.
But you know he's gonna.
He's not getting on.
He's gonna dub next week, and he'll be right back.
Sure,
he'll be
sure.
right back.
No, I wanted to start off this morning I wanted to jump into our NFL picks. So we want to go NFL picks, and then I want to go through some just some pop culture stuff in general.
Who's Super Bowl favorites right now in your eyes? Top three.
Top three Super Bowl favorites.
We probably both can agree on the Bills.
Right.
Okay. Chiefs.
Yeah.
And then that third one could be
Green Bay.
Oh, Niners. Oh, wait. Green Bay.
Let's get into that. Oh, boy.
I mean, they can, as long as Aaron Rodgers is in the league, you have to count him as.
Goddamn right.
Unless he runs into the Niners in the playoffs. Then that's a good story. But anyways, let's continue.
I want to get into that. Jimmy's in charge.
He's back in charge. And he's doing it for about $16 million less. But he's got a lot more incentives built in. So every win, I think he gets like $100,000.
Did you have to sneak dick that little, how much less he's doing for?
Isn't that that's a win for the Niners, though?
I didn't ask you any of that.
That's huge.
I asked him if he's back in the building. So
he is back in the building.
Okay.
He hasn't left the building, actually. He's back in the ring, right?
They knew.
So, yeah, but that's a nasty injury.
They knew exactly. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as it looked. I thought it was bad. I thought it was Dak Newton bad. Dak Newton. Goddamn. Dak Newton.
He's starting today.
Hanging out with Cole Beasley.
Yeah. But yeah, no, you could see the hype from the team after that, which is weird. When your starting quarterback goes down with that massive an injury and your team is excited for the backup coming in. So you know that their practice was upbeat. You know their practice was fun this week, no doubt. Jimmy didn't have to reinvent the wheel for him. They probably brought back a lot of different plays for him. It was funny because they kept the same game plan when Jimmy came in for the most part, and Jimmy did a couple read options, and that was just like part of the game plan because that's just what they already had set up for. So that was new to him, I'm sure. But
first of all, you know I'm a huge fan of Jimmy G on the show. I love porn star Jimmy.
I definitely.
You got the fucking name.
I'm not mad that he's back as a starter.
You hate Jimmy Garoppolo.
No.
You do hate
That's
Jimmy
such a
Garoppolo.
narrative that's not true.
Every
only because I've seen
fan.
his limit. I've seen his cap. He's making $25 million a year for 25 and 14. 25 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. For $25 million, yeah. Crickets, I need more, Jimmy.
Listen.
Crickets, I need more, Jimmy.
Listen. You know how hard it is to get the Super Bowl?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know how hard it is?
Well, I know that it takes a lot to get there. A lot of luck and a lot of stars.
I don't know either. I've never been there. It's hard as shit to get to a Super Bowl.
Of course.
You're looking at this one dude like, yo, you can't give us a Super Bowl. You ain't shit. This is terrible. And a lot of San Francisco fans are just like that.
I've just seen his limit. And out of the 5 years he's been with the Niners, he's been out 2 of them for injury. He is injury prone, making a whole lot of money for never throwing 30 touchdowns. That doesn't. And yeah, Niners are a run team, defense minded, but he's never been top 10. And if you look at the past Super Bowl champions, they've all had an upper echelon quarterback, minus the Eagles. The Eagles is probably the only one, and you can still count both those guys in the top 15. Jimmy's right on that line of top 15. It just doesn't amaze me anymore.
So what do we say? What do you say?
But I'm not mad that he's back in there. We're the best backup in the league, right? And now it's not very often that you lose your starting quarterback and then your odds to win a Super Bowl or whatever get better, which is what happened. Jimmy came in and their odds just got a hell of a lot better. Everyone's like, oh, the Niners are going to run the table now, right? But
doesn't that make sense?
I understand that correlation, but when the Niners are trying to trade him, why didn't nobody come get him then? If he's just that legit and that cared about.
I really don't think anybody needed anybody at that time. Nobody really needed nobody. Mayfield sat around as well. He sat. True. Everybody was locked up.
I mean, Watson.
Watson was done early. He got signed.
But no, I'm saying, but the suspension.
Yeah, but they weren't keeping Baker Mayfield.
Right, of course.
They were not keeping Baker Mayfield.
Which is why you bring Seattle is content with Geno Smith and Rock.
I don't know if Baker Mayfield wanted to go to Seattle.
Probably not. I don't know that.
I don't think that's a good place for Baker Mayfield to be because they don't really. I don't know what they have in Seattle. It's just them trying to win games at this point despite Russell Wilson.
Pretty much
at this point. That's all.
And they got their main one, beating him.
That's
and
all.
And then after that, yeah. But all right. I mean, so yeah.
I think they're gonna go far with Garoppolo.
I think so too. I mean, he's shown it. But
I think I'm always scared of San Francisco every year. As much as I talk shit and I say I'm not, I am very scared of San Francisco every year.
I was talking to my brother about this last night. It's very strange that you can feel that way, and Shanahan has a losing as a head coach. Isn't that weird?
What?
Kyle Shanahan has a losing record for the Niners by about 7-8 games. And it's weird to think that. It's true. And I think it's because the 2 seasons Jimmy was out and we lost a lot of games because we had backup quarterbacks in. That's when we got Nick Bosa and all that, right? But it's weird to think that Kyle Shanahan has a losing record, but he does.
Is Jimmy better than Cousins?
Jimmy better than Cousins? Yeah. Oh no, sorry, no. Cousins is better than Jimmy.
You think
statistically, you look at the stats. Cousins has finished top 10 every year. He's in the 4,000.
Goddamn stats.
Oh, that's what we go off of. That's the facts, right? I mean, that's what we do.
I don't know if did you watch Kirk Cousins play?
Yeah, but everyone's gonna have. So Kurt, he stuck on primetime. That's what that game was, a primetime game. But I was looking at his stats when we were talking about him and Tannehill the other day, and like he's throwing for 4,000 yards and over 30 touchdowns and low picks every year. He finishes in the top 10, top 8 last 5 to 6 years. Can't, and I don't know. TP always brings up like, well, look at the surrounding cast and because he has all those things, but you can't take that away from a guy just because he's in that situation. That's what he has.
So Jefferson got locked down.
Well, yeah, pretty much. But Cousins is terrible on time. He threw 3 interceptions and like 2 or 3 more dropped by the Eagles. Also, Eagles are a real deal this year. So I do. I think that they will crumble in the playoffs. I think they lose in the playoffs because of Jalen Hurts' experience with all of that. But regular season, they're the real fucking deal.
You think they'll crumble after he's already had pretty strong success in the playoffs?
He hasn't had strong success in the playoffs.
Did he go?
I don't know, but
last year
I'm sure he didn't. He was probably first round and out.
I mean, he went, led. I think they got a strong team.
They have all around really good
AJ
team.
Brown.
Really good team. If they could get a elite running back, they'd be hurting.
Kelsey up front.
Yeah.
Playing like a monster. How lucky is it to have 2 fucking sons to play in the NFL as a parent?
And good.
And good.
Yeah, there's the Mannings, right?
Yeah.
Have Kelsey. There's a couple others.
John Jones and his brothers, Chandler and and then Patrick Kelsey and what is it? Jason? Is Jason Kelsey?
Yeah,
they don't look anything alike. I mean, they do look alike.
Yeah, he's just like Travis Kelsey is pretty boy. Got the fade, got the diamond earrings.
Travis Kelsey's in the hood.
The other brothers a little bit more early. But
they're from Ohio. Yeah. So do you expect them to go far, the Eagles? How far do you expect the Eagles to go?
They're going to take the MC. I think they win 1 playoff game. And maybe 2 for Tom Brady or to a little bit of a better, solid playoff team, and that's where they rock around. But I think they can get 1 playoff game. I think they can take the wild card game.
You think they slide one? Oh yeah.
But after that, it gets a real deal. After that,
Buffalo, the way Buffalo's whooping ass right now is crazy.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting. I'm excited for their matchup today because Tua had one hell of a game last week. The Dolphins have been sneaky good this year. The, the Bills have 4 or 5 defensive backs out this year or this game. Starting safety, starting corners. So it's going to be interesting to see if their 7 can hold it down enough to stop Tua and Waddle and Hill. But it'll be a good ass game.
I don't think Miami's defense is that damn great.
I don't think so either. Well, they let Ravens score a shit ton of points, and it took a miracle to come back on the Ravens. So.
I don't know. I don't know if there's no way. Not even close. They're gonna rattle the dog shit out of it.
So I wouldn't be
yeah.
surprised. I wouldn't be.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not sold on Tua. I've never liked Tua. Never. There's something about him that just doesn't look natural. There's something about the way that he just moves that just doesn't look natural.
That's kind of funny that you say that because I saw a video after because he had 6 touchdowns this last week. I saw a video. Somebody inverted it and changed the camera angle to where he was right-handed.
Right.
Like they just switched it and it was throwing rockets just everywhere. It looked like an elite quarterback.
I don't know how long that's gonna last.
You can't say he doesn't have weapons around him. So
yeah,
do or die for this guy as far as a starter.
There's a thing, right? So sometimes quarterbacks like that, you take a couple weeks to figure them out. It takes just a couple games to really put your thumb on. And this is a defense that can do that. This defense is insane.
Oh yeah, no, they're off the charts. But I'm curious to see how their secondary is today because
they're out a couple, huh?
Yeah,
a couple DBs are out for Buffalo.
Safeties, yeah, and covering Hill and Waddle all game long.
Micah Hyde is out.
Yes,
neck injury.
That's
rest of the season. Micah Hyde is gone.
Damn, that hurts.
To miss the rest of the 2022 season. Micah Hyde.
That's a big factor for him.
That's crazy.
That's a leader. He's been with the Bills stuff.
He has, yeah. He got his money with the Bills.
What's the point spread?
Let's see.
Bills minus 4.5. That
the Bills are going to murder.
So I mean, if Ravens had any sort of defense, they would have murdered the Dolphins too. They were fucking them up. That's from the video on that.
Oh.
But yeah, no, the Ravens defense allowed Miami to get back into that game like crazy.
No, I don't think. I just think the Buffalo has an insane defense. We ain't seen nothing like this for a long time. Like they whooping people's ass,
and from top to bottom. So
yeah,
it's not just like one section holding it down. You know,
the linebacker play, DBs flying around. I guarantee they got DBs that hold up right behind Micah Hyde.
I'm sure. Oh yeah, that was one of the bigger arguments when they played.
They deep.
Yeah, their depth is insane. The depth is really good.
What about Jay Fields? What do we think about Fields from Chicago? What do we think about this young guy? You know, going to a young quarterback like Jalen Hurts. What do you think about this kid, Jay Fields, and how he played the other night?
It sucks that quarterbacks come in and they could be athletic as ever, and they just get thrown into a shitty organization at the time, right? And Bears as a whole is not a shitty organization. What they are right now, the product of the field now is on the lower echelon of the NFL.
How long do you think they've been a shitty organization for?
Hot minute. Yeah, hot minute.
Yeah.
Hot minute. 10 years.
I'm not convinced with this dude either.
I'm not either.
When I first saw Trevor Lawrence, I knew. When I first saw Trevor Lawrence, I knew I was like, yo, this is insane. This kid is supernatural. Just makes great decisions all the time, and he was just a leader.
Well, no Ohio State quarterbacks ever pan out, right? And I think it's because Ohio State is so athletic and so spread out on their offense. that you can just plug in an athlete
100%.
and it'll take care of it.
100%.
But then when you get to the NFL, it's a whole different ball game. You can't just spread out and play Madden against these guys, right? Like you can't just video game numbers.
And you
And that's
can't
what Ohio
outrun
State
everybody.
is. No, you can't.
You learn that.
Right.
And they panic.
Yeah.
They get nervous. And you can see it.
Right.
You can see it.
And defensive coordinators in the NFL are insane compared to defensive coordinators in college football. It's not even insane. But and that's the plug and play at Ohio State on a dope ass athlete. Put him in receiver, running back, or quarterback, and they all.
He doesn't have very good weapons either, poor fellow.
No, not at all.
Yeah, kind of out there. It's kind of lost out there. We got Green Bay and Tom Brady.
Both teams are not. Both teams are a semi shell of themselves because we think it's Tom Brady. No, Mike Evans.
Should we just make picks? Let's just do picks now. Knock picks out the way, and then we'll come back and get into Tom Brady and Green Bay.
It's gonna be helpful
because I want to get into the fight.
You're always gonna love those matchups.
Yeah.
Meet up.
I want to get into the fight with Mike Evans knocking this motherfucker off his feet. He's strong.
This is like their fourth scuffle.
But listen,
they always go at it. Mike Evans says he's on site.
I've been in some wars in my life, trust me. But the way he just manhandled that boy was like.
And every time that they've gotten a little scuffle, it's been the quarterback, Mike Evans defending his quarterback. Every time. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
No,
and I like Lattimore too.
I love Lattimore. He lays it. He really brings it. I like him a lot. Gives it these
All
picks.
right, so let's go. What about Texans Bears?
Texans Bears.
At Bears. So in Soldier Field. I'm going Texans. I think Texans are a scrappier team kind of all around. They didn't play too well in Denver, but they're a better roster than the Bears right now.
Sure. I'll take Houston.
But I mean,
that's not very exciting at all.
No, nobody's going to be tuning in for the game very much.
Yeah.
So, Raiders at Tennessee.
I don't know.
This is a perfect get back spot for Tennessee because Raiders always fuck them. But Raiders have a good roster too. You can see them coming out.
0-2.
Tennessee just got smoked at home against the Bills.
Vontae, if you stay home, man, you fucking just. Could have stayed with us, Vontae. That's what it sounds like in our locker room right now. We get ready for the game. And yours is fucking crisp. Oh, Vontae, you could have stayed with us. God damn. I do that every now and then. I just jumps out. I miss him. And then 0-2. To see 0-2, because when I see LB now, I think Vontae Adams.
And that was funny because our first NFL show, we were discussing if it was going to be Rodgers hurting today or Devontae that day. And, we both went on opposite sides. Devontae showed out, 157 yards, couple touchdowns.
And a loss.
And a loss, yeah, but that's not on him. The loss hurts more for Rodgers than it does. The loss lands on the quarterback more than the last 2 weeks.
So what do we got here? What are you taking?
I'm taking Tennessee because Raiders always seem to do something. I don't know what they do.
I'm gonna take the Raiders.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised by that, but I'm hoping Henry rushes for about 25 and.
You're not slowing down. He look good.
Yeah, fantasy wise, he's been trash. Fantasy wise, he's double digits. And only one reception, one target. Cut me off.
Did I? Sorry. You lit? You back on?
Yeah. All right. Chiefs at Indy.
Oh, I'm taking Chiefs.
Chiefs?
Yeah, absolutely.
So this one was weird because it's only -5.5 for the Chiefs at Indy. So that's a fairly low spread for how they've been playing and how Indy's been playing. That 5.5 scares me.
I'm expecting for Patrick Mahomes to get it going.
Just now start to get going,
Yeah.
even though he's 2-0 and doing
No,
great.
but I mean, like, I think this is when you really got to get it going. You really have to. This is the time to set the tone in the league right now. This is it.
to
So
let you know.
yeah. Because we've already had, like Green Bay lost one, winning one. Now we got to see what we do week 3, right? But at the same time, this is time for everybody to get on their P's and Q's and start to get the offenses going and
So
get the teams rolling.
my heart says KC, but my mind says Indy. So I'm going
What will make you think that?
because Indy's not a bad roster, and they're at home. They can develop the run game with Taylor and control the time
Have you seen Maddie play with him?
a little bit. Mediocre, like blow your doors off. It's not terrible.
That's not going to beat the Chiefs, bro.
Yeah, but she's just a couple turnovers, a couple fumbles. It's not necessarily on the home.
Maybe the lights go out.
I think
Maybe somebody speak on the field.
you think Indy's that bad, bro? You think Indy
Indy
needs it that much?
How much you gonna have?
Indy needs that much help?
No,
This defense is good.
Yeah,
I'm going to Indy.
They're
Watch.
cool.
I'm calling you after this game. I just have a feeling.
they're cool.
All right. Buffalo, Miami. Both going Buffalo.
I'll go Buffalo.
We kind of already talked about
I'll take Miami. No, I'm gonna take Buffalo.
Yeah. We already hyped them up too much.
Shot
All right.
my
Yeah.
mouth.
But all right, divisional matchup: Detroit at Minnesota.
I'm taking Detroit. The energy.
The energy is real in
The energy
Detroit.
is real over Detroit.
They
Detroit.
started their culture. They started building their culture over there.
I hope that coach does well. I mean, listen,
I do too. I mean, he's a motivator. He's funny as shit.
I like shit like that, man. I just like people who love the game.
He's a player's coach.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Good energy, man. Just not a lot of bullshit. We'll get into some bullshit here in a minute.
On that note, Minnesota is not on prime time, so I'm taking Minnesota.
Okay.
Divisional game. That could go anyway. Divisional games.
I'm with it.
Baltimore at New England. I think Baltimore's going to win. Going to go out there and say that.
Okay.
I think that they should have had that game last week. They're fucking pissed off. The defense is mad. They let Tua come back and beat them. New England's offense doesn't scare anybody. And they're going to have to put up 30 points to win that game, and I don't think that they do that.
All right. I roll with that. Let's go.
All right. Cincinnati at Jets. Bengals at Jets.
I'm taking the Jets.
I'm taking Cincinnati to get it right. They lost. They're 0-2. They lost to the Steelers and they lost to the Cowboys. They got kind of embarrassed on both games, to be honest. But I think that this is where they get back game. Even though it's in New York, they get back game.
I just don't see it clicking right now.
They look. I think that
look
locker room's upset. That's what I'm going.
about what?
Fucking start going to the Super Bowl and then starting off 0-2 and playing like shit.
I just don't see it. I just don't see the chemistry. I don't see things clicking. I don't see the line. That line is terrible.
The line's bad. They gave up 6 sacks.
You can't do nothing with that shit, man.
Yeah, they gave up 6
There's
sacks.
nothing you can do with that.
I mean, the Cowboys defense front 7 is really good, but 6 sacks, that's a lot. You would think at like sack 3.
How many Parsons get?
I don't know.
I think we get 2.
Maybe a couple, yeah. Don't say 2. But you'd think after the 3rd sack, okay, we need to get the ball out of this dude's hands a little bit faster now. Like you think you would adjust.
What can you do? Got all those weapons.
Yeah, so
but you can't get the ball to.
Yeah, but 2-step, 3-step drops you should be able
to. Once again, for 2 people who've never played professional quarterback, I'm telling you, man, they flying at his ass.
Of course, but 2-3-step drops, that's 2.5 seconds. 2 seconds. Quick little slant, quick little out. Run the ball.
This is the worst line I've seen. Listen, Joe Burrow has been laying on the ground more than anybody else.
Yes, but to his credit, he played 2 really good defense. Steelers and Browns or Cowboys. That's a tough match. I think they get their get back. They start.
I'm taking Jets on that one.
Philadelphia at Washington.
Ooh,
divisional game.
Boy.
It's going to be high scoring, I think. Philadelphia shut down Minnesota last week. I don't think that happens to the Commanders. I think the Commanders can score.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they can score. Minnesota can score too, but the Commanders are feisty scorers. Like, they get the ball in. They can. It's not just that flashy Jefferson for Minnesota, or Cook. They got players and dogs all around the field there. But on that note,
Go what?
I got to go with the Eagles. I think that they're going to run really good the regular season.
Oh, I'm gonna take the Redskins. Commander. I do that every week.
What's funny about that is I think that this is one of those games where all of America puts their money on the Eagles, and Vegas just fucks them all over.
Absolutely.
Washington.
Absolutely.
So I'm still going to go with the Eagles because I believe in
listen.
This is where a lot of people are going to lose their money.
Where is the game?
At Washington.
It's over.
So
listen.
In the sports still in that game is Eagles -6.
Let me
watch that.
Let me explain something.
Washington's covering the spread, but I think Eagles win.
A DC fan. I'm not into the Commander thing yet. I'm gonna call them the Redskins. Right? I just feel pretzels in that stadium. Get your pretzels right here. Well, not that one, RFK Stadium, right? But a Redskin fan is an honorary motherfucker. You understand? These are mean, nasty humans. So is a Philadelphia fan.
Oh yeah,
evil.
Ride or die.
100%.
Like an emphasis on the die.
Yeah. So you have a game. This particular game
disappointed but yeah, it's a big game.
It's a big game
divisional,
when it comes, especially in DC, right? It's a huge game. And I'm just telling you that Philly fans and DC fans are probably the most gangster fans in all of NFL football.
Where's the question mark for Washington? Where do you think they would falter? Their defense?
You know what? I think Washington's figuring it out as a whole. I think Ron Rivera is a really good coach. I think he's holding it together. By the way, we are the Dank Dad Sportscast, and you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and all your social media platforms, IG as well. We are the Dank Dad Sportscast. But yeah, I think Ron Rivera
doing Dank Dad shit all the time.
All day. I think that Ron Rivera is definitely holding it down in Washington DC, and I think he's creating a culture. And I think that listen, DC's a hard place to play. DC's a hard market to be an athlete in DC because this is like,
I think they're one of the teams that's on deck of needing a new stadium too.
Oh, yeah. No, we just got one. That stadium's not that old.
From what I've read, that's one of the worst ones in the
FedEx Field is that old? I don't think it's that old.
I don't know, but
hey, somebody let me know how old FedEx Field is out there. It's not that.
The cool thing
old.
about Washington has right now is they have Wentz, and Wentz is obviously very familiar.
I think he's the fucking problem.
Yeah, I mean,
I really just I hate the guy.
I do think though that he's got, he's played the NFC East a lot, being from the Eagles originally. I wonder if he's played the Eagles since leaving. That's a factor, maybe.
Well, I think that like I said, Ron Rivera is building a culture.
Opened in 1997. Going on 30 years old.
I don't know if it needs to revamp just yet.
Maybe not a whole new stadium, but some upgrades.
I think that they are definitely building an amazing culture in DC, and they're just figuring it out. But one thing about this team that I have noticed is that they play hard. They play hard, and you can tell that they're figuring it out, but they play hard.
Yeah.
And then I don't think Chase is, I think he's still out, right? The DN.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's still out. So I think, I think mid-season, I think we'll really find out who the Washington team really is. But I think that they'll take it today at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a tough place to play.
That is tough. And
what I'm saying.
I'm going to stick with the Eagles, but I do think that this is where America loses a lot of their money.
Absolutely.
because they're going to go heavy on Philly.
Because of the Philly hype train right now.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
They just smoked Minnesota last week.
Yes, they did.
But you want to think it's a short week to travel. All right.
Not too far to travel
No, but
at all.
yeah.
So you taking what?
I'm gonna stick with Philly.
I'm taking DC for sure.
Saints at Panthers.
Baker. I'm taking Baker.
All right.
I'm a boy fan of Baker for sure.
See how James Winston is today. He's got 7 broken ribs and a broken back. I don't know. It's all fucked up. Right?
Why would you put him on the field?
I don't know. Well, their alternative is probably not that great, I guess. Taysom Hill.
But yeah, of course it is. He has 7 broken ribs and a cracked back.
Okay. On that factor, yeah.
My
so the alternative
my
might
1 year might be able to go ahead and put
right,
better than this guy.
So you think Baker gets it right this game? This is a tough. Saints defense is.
Listen, also too with Carolina Panthers, I think it's another team who's figuring it out, getting it together. You know, I think they all want to play hard for each other. You know, when you look at teams like Chicago, for instance, like there's nothing about Chicago that says that they're even fighting together.
Right.
It just looks like a fucking bag of mixed nuts. You know what I mean? There's nothing going on there.
Right.
But when you see teams like the Commanders and you see teams like who we just talking about Panthers, you start to see teams that really want to fight to build something, not just for the teammates, but for the organization as well.
The Panthers are 0-2 though. True. So they haven't started fighting yet.
Yeah, but listen,
and one of them was against the Giants.
They haven't lost that bad either.
No, there's all
not getting smashed.
One possession game.
Yeah, so I think we're still very early, and I think sometimes, man, we bet the house a little too early.
I'm going Carolina too.
All right, cool.
The offense for the Saints,
no doubt.
All right, Jacksonville at Chargers. So there's interesting line movement on this game. It went from Chargers -10 to Chargers -3. So what does that tell you?
Somebody's not playing.
Herbert
is out.
Possibly. No.
Oh.
So that is the line movement. Just tells me that
he's out.
Right? That's a big jump.
He's not playing.
He's questionable right now.
Why would I play him against Jacksonville anyway? Why would you play him against Jacksonville?
Reportedly contemplating getting pain-killing injections to be able to play. Against Jacksonville? Yeah, you got to sit that one out, buddy.
Even if we lose, so what?
Yeah, you're right. You got to sit that one out. But who are you taking?
I'm going to take Jacksonville anyway.
On the road?
Yeah, listen, I'm going to shake it up.
Chargers played on last Thursday night, so they got a lot of time off.
Listen, I think Trevor, my boy is ready for one. I think he's ready for one. I think he's ready to put his foot down and say, I'm here. I'm telling you.
He did last week against Indy.
Yo, I'm telling you.
He did last week against Indy.
Oh, boy. I would hate to have to shoot you on the show.
I'm going Chargers still.
Chargers?
I don't even know who the fucking quarterback is, but that roster is better. And at home. Jacksonville's got to go all the way across the country.
Tell you what, let's put some food on that game. Look, so I got my show.
We're making a bet when I'm
right food by that bet.
I'm out of my
food
starting quarterback. That's the one you want to bet on? Is the one that is the starting
right.
quarterback? Motherfucker.
I got my competition in 2 weeks, right? And I just want to make sure that I got people lined up to bring me all the food that I need. I'm taking Jacksonville though, for sure.
Let's put food on we can put food on the Kansas City Indy. You're taking KC, I'm taking Indy. You still got a fucking advantage, but
I'll take it.
Whatever. Yeah, of course you will.
Sure, we might.
All right, so you Jacksonville, I'll take Chargers.
Hey, yo, shout out to my wife, man. I love you, man. I love you because you always take care of me. Shout out to my wife.
Shout out to both our wives.
God dang, good woman. All right.
Mine's solid too. I love her to death.
So I said it first. He said
no, it was just a good reminder.
He said copy. Anyway, go ahead. The original.
Well, it's just a nice reminder.
I'm just simply
saying. It's just a nice reminder.
It's
just a nice reminder, though. Yeah.
Naturally.
Of course.
By the way, honey, you too. Go ahead. Too early for this shit.
Yeah. Rams at Cardinals. Divisional game at Cardinals.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yo,
That's I don't know
Yo.
either. Fuck, I don't know.
this motherfucker ran all the way.
Oh, fuck that guy. God, that's not sustainable. I saw that he looks like a toddler running away after he grabbed his parents' phone. His parents are trying to get it back.
Short. He looks like a little
He
midget.
tucks his little butt.
Can I say midget? Little person. It just doesn't. It looks like they're just making up shit.
Man, that does not
They
sustain.
just making up shit and saying fuck it.
That does not sustain.
Hey, run over there, run over here.
But that what was that 2-point conversion? That fucking throw he made. Oh man, that shit was nasty.
Don't doubt the kid. I ain't even talk about the kid is phenomenal. The structure of what the fuck they doing
Yeah,
is crazy right now. It just looks like backyard football. I don't know. I don't.
it looks like Kingsbury's got his hands full a little bit. Like doesn't quite know what he's doing, but
I don't know what fell apart in Arizona. I have no clue what
they have
actually
the
fell apart.
roster. They have
They
the
got
fucking roster.
weapons. I don't
They
know.
They really do, and I don't know either. But I'm gonna go with the Rams.
It pains me to watch that shit. I hate any. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams.
It's gonna be a close game, I think, but
I
because
love Kyler Murray,
it's
man.
divisional.
We get any questions over there?
Not really. Not too much. ATL at Seahawks. Falcons at Seahawks.
I'm taking Atlanta.
I'm taking.
I'm starting to notice that Geno Smith's arm goes bad later in games. You notice that?
Yeah, I mean he's never really had it anyways, but he got fucked up against the Niners. Pretty bad. The play calling was terrible. Lockett tore us up though, so
That's just that. He's gonna give you that.
yeah.
That's just who he is.
Right.
By the way, shout out to K-State, man.
Oh yeah, K-State.
Shout out TP.
That's a big one.
We love you, bro.
That's a big
But
one.
goodness gracious.
Now are they 4-0 now? 5-0? That's gonna put them in
Hey,
the
listen,
ranked record.
K-State, they helped me out too because Wake Forest lost.
Here we go. I told you the ACC is down.
Whoa.
Miami took an L. NC State, that's the best team. Oh, yeah. Anyways, okay. Yeah.
We don't come back to all that.
I'll take Seattle at ATL. That's another lame game. Too
You
much.
already pissed me off.
Good.
You know.
You fucking started it with
No,
this fucking white bullshit.
What?
You started it.
No.
You fucking started it. You set me up.
I did. I did. I didn't know you were gonna come back at this using.
You asked me to come back. So here I am.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Now we get into the
Smart ass. Okay. Just read the shit, Jeffrey. That's what you do.
We're up to the Green Bay, Tampa Bay. So, nice little segue into this, okay? All right.
Yeah.
So, at Green Bay at Tampa Bay. Green Bay has Aaron Jones and Lazard for weapons for Rodgers. Tom Brady has really reliable defense and Fournette, Godwin. Mike Evans is out.
Thank you.
This is a tough fucking game for both. And if you think about it, Rodgers has had a gauntlet of a 3-week window of games where he has to play. He started off in Minnesota, right? And who'd you guys play last week?
Bears?
Yep. So 2 divisional games. Whether the Bears are easy or not, yeah, of course they are. But still a division game. Mm-hmm. Fans and everybody gets up for it.
Right.
And then you got to go see Tom Brady. That's a rough 3-week stretch right there. Two divisional games, and then you get to go see Tom. And Tom looks not good right now. Giselle is putting him through the ringer. I heard they're not even sleeping in the same household. She's pissed off that he came back. He looks like he's not sleeping. That's what he looks like.
I don't want to hear about all that shit. I hate that shit. It's like, what are we talking about? It's like the Victoria's Secret.
It's true, but it's a
TMZ.
factor.
It's
Pop culture
football.
it's still pop culture.
I understand. I mean, don't get me wrong.
And it's Tom Brady. We can talk about what he ate
truly-
for fucking breakfast this morning. Fucking Tom Brady.
Listen, when I don't like the fact that this man's wife is the general manager of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Through Tom Brady.
Through Tom Brady.
Segue through Tom Brady.
100%.
I mean, well,
And listen, got
powerful
him
woman,
shook.
bro. Powerful woman.
Got him shook.
Yeah.
And listen, Giselle, if you're listening, I hope you take a photograph of some handsome other gentlemen this morning, wherever you are. Could be the Whole Foods. I don't give a fuck. Anything you can do at this point to disturb Tom Brady's day, I would greatly appreciate it. If we could throw Tom off. Listen, I just want to win. I just want to beat Tom Brady.
Just like as Tom's walking into the stadium,
Yeah,
like,
listen.
remember what you did last week?
Right.
Just something to fuck up.
Listen,
his
my best
mental.
friend, right, Brian Ray, is a Tom Brady fanboy. Big time. I've never seen nothing like it. I mean, literally, he probably has Tom Brady pajamas. He loves Tom Brady. And if Tom Brady beats Aaron Rodgers today, I'm never going to hear the end of it. Listen, my best friend Brian Ray sends me reels of Tom Brady for no reason. The same reels, as a matter of fact, over and over again. So we have to win today. So anything Giselle could do to lend to the...
Might as well turn your phone off.
Yeah. All the
So
way
you
around.
going Green Bay?
Yeah, I just think that we're going to have to get better this week. I think this week is a good week to get better. I think Tom Brady's going to play hard as hell. I think he's going to play hard, and that's just who he is.
They should have put this on Sunday or Monday night.
I thought it was. That's why I asked my wife.
What is the NFL doing? When those two quarterbacks, any elite top quarterbacks match up, we should put them on.
Who do we have on prime time? Who is on prime time?
Tonight is Niners.
Who?
Broncos and Niners. Tomorrow's Giants, Cowboys.
Yeah, big though.
It is big, but
That's the money game.
when you got Rodgers, Brady,
True, but
you got to give them their prime time. They earn that.
If you ever go overseas, like if you ever go over like Europe and shit, like when you go over there, you'll see a few jerseys. You'll see a lot of Cowboys, Raiders, and Giants. That's like the three biggest. So I would think that that's a pretty big money game as far as some NFL merch fanatics type shit. But hey, listen, I think we're gonna have a war because I think these defenses are gonna step up.
Yeah,
I think these young defenses. Let's talk about that Tampa Bay defense right now.
Really good.
They balling.
2 weeks in a row. Really
They
good.
balling,
Really good.
and they hungry.
Yeah. And that's what I kind of give the edge towards Tampa Bay just because of the defense. If you got Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady minus weapons for both sides,
Right.
that's a wash. Okay.
I think I get Bakhtiari back today though.
They do, yes. He's
I
playing.
get Bakhtiari,
Which is big. That gives Aaron a
My
little bit
brother
more time.
David.
Gives Aaron some time.
David's back.
I'm gonna go Tampa Bay on that game though.
Yeah. Bakhtiari's back, baby.
All right.
By the way, we are the Dank Sportscast, guys. You can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, IG.
Go follow.
Please follow us on the Dank Dads page on Facebook.
It's free.
It is free.
Follow.
Until it's not free.
Until it's not. So get in while you can.
Bingo, my boy.
Get in while you can.
Back to this. I think I'm going to take. I gotta take Green Bay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go against the grain on that. I'm gonna go TV.
You gonna go in without Michael Evans?
Yeah, because he made Chris Hogan and somebody. Yeah,
Let's talk about that fight.
I love Mike Evans always backing his quarterback, even though the first one was Winston. Winston was being an asshole and smacked Lattimore in the back of the head with his finger, acting like he was pointing. He was being shysty, being petty. And so Lattimore turned around and said, "No, don't fucking put your finger in my face." Like it was more like Winston, like, "Oh," but he fucking put his finger right here in the dude's face, right? And then Lattimore came and kind of shoved it off the hand and hit Mike Evans like a fucking heat-seeking missile. Boom! Knocked his block off.
You got
he said it's on site every time he sees him, pretty much.
You have also too, you have that Texas.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Texas Longhorns and A&M. Lattimore, I think he's a Longhorn. I'm pretty sure. And of course, Mike Evans went to A&M.
Right.
So I think that goes back to that too. But hey, listen, they don't give a fuck.
No, they don't.
And listen, it's their thing.
Oh yeah, they know. They know. Yeah.
Listen,
and in the same
NFL,
division, that's great.
This is cool. And thank you for not suspending that motherfucker for 18 games and no goofy shit.
Yeah,
like that.
I don't
you
even
know
think
what I
you should have
mean?
gotten one game.
I don't
to be
think
honest.
so either. But I get it. You have to.
You're hurting your team though, getting suspended over some petty shit after plays. That's not good. You can't be doing that too much.
I hate.
One a season, okay, whatever. One game a season, and it's early on, thankfully.
And I think we still have to show kids that you got to control yourself.
Of course,
for sure. I think that I'm taking Green Bay.
And how do you feel about Mike Evans always doing it on some sneak shit?
I like it.
Okay.
I like it like that.
Okay. All right. Because it is always sneaky. It always comes out of nowhere.
But he's so strong though. This motherfucker went.
He shoves
his ass. It's the best shit. I love it. Let's go.
All right. San Francisco at Denver.
I'm taking Jimmy G all the way. And listen, I don't want to become a San Francisco 49er fan, but I like Jimmy, and I want to prove all you bums wrong, all of you.
How are you going to do that?
My brother-in-law Jeff, the Gainer as well.
How are you going to prove? How's it going to prove getting us a Super Bowl? That's going to prove us wrong.
What?
How is Jimmy going to prove the haters wrong?
I want to find out. See if I get my brother
by winning a Super Bowl. Because please get back at me for winning by winning a Super Bowl.
Can I invite my brother-in-law here? Is that possible? How do you get him on? Can we?
On that, it might be a little difficult.
I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But I don't know why you guys hate Jimmy so bad. But let me say this. I'm gonna say this.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna take Jimmy. I think that that team. I think that team wants Jimmy to be there.
Oh, of course they do. You can tell by their celebration after their starting quarterback broke his ankle. Yeah.
But listen,
they were excited. They were happy. They rallied behind that motherfucker like no other.
Well, look, this is what I do think though. I think that it's really weird that this guy gets hurt. And like you said, they kind of not rejoice, but they were excited for Jimmy to be back out on the football field. But when is Kittle back?
Today. And he fucked the Broncos up last time they played. But the only thing that scares me is there's a narrative of the Broncos not playing well. Late game decision making is really bad right now. And that's a perfect time for a team to go against a script. And like I said, everyone's going to put their money on SF today. And that could be another loss. A home dog in the Broncos. And Russ is 17-4 against the Niners.
I don't think that I think that team is going to come together around Jimmy G. I think they're going to be a problem. I think the Niners are going to be a problem. I don't think that Russell has any weapons for real out there. There's no real weapons out there. He has a dead-ass team. Defense is cool. You got Chubb out there. He's really the only one that's really falling.
Yeah, they got.
You ain't got a whole lot out there.
Their secondary is really good, but it's hurt right now.
It's hurt.
Patrick Surtain and Simmons are both hurt. But what's funny is the Broncos had the coach hired an assistant for late game decision making, meaning timeouts. Not necessarily play calling, but late game decision making. So essentially, the head coach is saying, "Hey, I'm not quite ready to be a head coach."
My boy, my boy, Marcellus. Why, Marcellus? As you were saying that, he said this. So Marcellus Palmer's my boy. Marcellus says Broncos are hampered by poor coaching. I'm not sure if that will change. And listen, I don't know either. I don't know.
He hired somebody. The head coach hired somebody to help him with late game decision making.
Yo, do what you got to do.
Of course, but
do what you have to do.
Not a good look.
I don't care.
Of course, do what you got to do.
I'm gonna save my job.
But I would have done that under the table. I wouldn't let the media get on.
I'm gonna do my job, bro.
Well, he's not doing his job. That's the problem.
Now he may have a little help because listen,
he can't call timeouts correctly.
What you paid this dude to win? Put the ball in his hands. He knows what to do. Of course, he knows what to do.
So what's interesting about this is this head coach was hired before the team sold. So it's not even the owner's choice of coaching. So this dude's on the hot seat.
Is it Elway's
big time.
choice?
I don't know what is and what isn't Elway's choice.
Desmond, what up? Well, hey, yo, shout out to Desmond Jordan, man. It's my bro. Desmond Jordan's watching. Hey, Desmond Jordan is one of the
yeah, the head coach needs a coach.
Huh?
Somebody wrote, the head coach needs a coach.
Who said that?
Our buddy James Pierce.
James Pierce.
Yep, coming in.
Absolutely.
The head coach needs a coach.
Listen, I just think that you have to put the ball in Russell's hands and let him work. That's what he do.
Yeah, I mean, 17-4 against the Niners. He does have some weapons around him. He's got a decent running game. He's got Judy and Sutton, a good wide receiver.
Judy is half-ass. Sometimes.
Yeah. But when he's on, he's on, though.
Yeah. He's not like D. Williams, the kid from Philly. He's not working like those kids. He's not Metcalf. He's not doing that kind of shit. He's not supporting the team the way that he should support that team. So he doesn't really have any weapons around him. Defense is cool. You're looking at a 1 out of 10, a 6 on offense and a 7.5 on defense. Right? I don't see it. You got Jimmy back. You got Morale over there. You got Kittle back. It's dead ass.
Yeah, run game's
ain't even
right
a question.
Now. We're down to 1 or 2 running backs.
Absolutely.
All right. We both got SF on that.
Shout out to my cousin Desmond Jordan, man. One of the strongest fools I know.
My brother said not all Niner fans hate Jimmy. He's been riding with Jimmy since day one. But my brother.
Okay. Yeah. Me and your brother have a lot in common. Me and that guy, huh?
Both ugly as fuck. Both ugly as fuck.
Nice beard. Your brother got the most beautiful beard I've ever seen. I was rather jealous of your brother's beard. Hey, listen, your brother's got a dope beard. Don't be jealous.
I'm not jealous.
My son's
mine on purpose.
My son's farmer said that, yes, I agree. Let Russ cook. I'm telling you, that's the only way you're going to get your money.
Let's ride.
Yeah. Like, look, listen, give him the ball.
Let Russ cook, but, I mean, he hasn't been cooking. I don't know. He almost lost to the Texans last week at home. There's a wide open receivers that he wasn't seeing. The memes about him all week long were funny as hell.
How much read option did they do?
I didn't see. Hope not a lot. Not a mobile quarterback like he used to be.
But they can run that with Gordon.
Yes, of course. And
they can run that. He can run that. He can get down. Come on, man.
I think the Niners defense is what's going to help him. Because normally Russ does well against the Niners, but our defense is really good this year.
I'm taking San Fran all the way.
Me too.
What's up?
All right, Monday night, Dallas at Giants.
I'm taking Giants.
Me too. I'm taking Giants too. I'm taking them. But Dallas, I mean, surprised a lot of people last week beating Cincinnati with Cooper Rush.
I forgot to shout out my boy Jason Allen. All right. What's up? What's up, Hampton? I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with everybody here. We need to read a little bit. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Cowboys surprised a lot of people last week with the beating the Bengals with Cooper Rush. No Dak.
Are they at MetLife?
Yeah, they're at Giants. So I like that. Giants are 2-0. They got a little hype in their locker room right now. I don't know, how they're 2-0.
They won.
Obviously.
You don't like the quarterback? You don't like?
No, I don't dislike them, but
you didn't have to throw that. Why'd you throw a little?
Because of the Giants. Because of the Giants.
They might be trying to turn this shit around.
They might be trying. Yeah.
When they get OBJ back.
No,
he's coming to us.
He's got to go to Green Bay. He's got to go. And I don't know how Green Bay hasn't signed that guy yet.
Listen,
OBJ is waiting to the last second to sign to a Super Bowl contender, and he's feeling out that he's letting him get to week 8, week 10, get fully recovered.
I feel like he deserves it. I
agree.
How much?
At least he got one.
I've
always been. His swagger's to the roof. I think that he's always doing funny ass shit. Just a cool. We get to be in a Drake music video and get to be hammered in the LSU locker room after the national championship and he's paying players and doing all that. Like he's dope. I love OBJ. I've always wished him well. Unfortunately, he's at the end of his career.
What?
Pushing 30-something with 3 new knees.
How old is OBJ for you pushing 30? How old is he? You do this shit. I don't know why.
Because I'm accurate.
How old is he?
29. Okay?
29.
And his birthday's coming up in November. So he's fucking 30. Okay. He's 30.
Well, okay. Listen,
And 3 new knees.
Listen,
Okay.
if anybody who's listening to the sound of my voice, what do you think the prime? When do you think the career is over of a wide receiver? I think the 30. I think 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 are the best years of a wide receiver. I think anything after 32.
32 is pushing it. You're not as quick off the line. You're not as
at 32.
Yeah, you're not as hungry as you used to be. What's Devontae? Devontae's not even 30 yet, right?
20, I think 28.
I think.
Come on.
Outside of offensive linemen, defensive linemen, and quarterbacks, anything pushing 32 is tough.
To 63.
That's what I'm saying. Outside of those 3 positions, 32 is pushing it. But I mean, I always hope OBJ does well. But with all the injuries that he's had, he's not the same OBJ.
No, I mean he looked really well in the Super Bowl.
He did. He was on his way to be MVP.
Freak. Yeah.
He was on his way to be his MVP.
Yeah.
But now he has a weaker knee.
Listen. When all you have to do is take care of your body, like that's what I really realized. Like that's all I've been doing. All I do is fucking train, sleep, eat, and train for my competition. That's it. And listen, it pays off. Of course, having nothing else to do, just focusing on your craft and what you're doing. That dude can come back. They doing other shit. He's doing other shit,
I don't
bro.
disagree that he can't.
You know, he's Tom Brady put him on with the dude.
I'm sure he's doing a lot of.
He's doing the Tom Brady thing with Homeboy, the guy who got Julio back on his feet. Supposedly, is Julio out for that game?
Now Julio's probably playing, but he's not scaring anybody nowadays.
Thank you. All right, let's go.
That's it. That's all the matchups for Week 4 of NFL. And we go against each other on quite a few of them. It'll be interesting to see. We'll have a tally of our record next week.
Do we get into pop culture?
Yeah.
Can I get into it?
Absolutely.
Should we go college football? How should we go first?
Meaning college football or pop culture?
Yeah, like where should we head next?
I say we stick with the college football. Keep that college football, keep the football thing going, and then we can segue into pop culture.
All right. Where do you want to start?
So it looks like after yesterday, it's going to be the same fucking 3 teams: Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State. Right? It's going to be those 3 fucking teams. Because they're the only ones that whooped ass yesterday. All the other games, all the other top 25 teams were very close matchups. We got a couple losses. There was Wake lost. Miami lost. After you guys mentioned that Penix Jr. guy from Washington, tuned into him last night. Real fucking deal. So, insane. He 309 yards, 2 touchdowns on. They are 18th in the nation. After a couple losses, they're going to be in the top 15 now. USC is undefeated. They won. They're going to be top 10. They're not already. I think that they might be 7th, to be honest. So it seems like the Pac-12 is back now that the Pac-12 is not going to be existent anymore. They're all moving, right?
The Pac-12 are like
no, and that's always kind of been the thing, to be honest. Oregon's high scoring. Although USC only gave up 14 yesterday. USC 7th, so they're about to move in. They could be top 5. USC in the top 5. When's the last time that happened? Reggie Bush, 12, 15 years ago. That's big for USC.
My boy Marcellus Thomas said that his wife, his wife and his wife's friends have drugged him to Bath and Body Works. He said we holding him down. That's what we're supposed to do, bro. Yes, indeed.
Well, you got 40 minutes until.
We're going to hold you down. I promise. We good, bro. We got you. You got another 40 from us.
We appreciate that.
That's all we want to do. That shit right there. That's it, man.
Go lean up against a comforter somewhere and just listen.
Man. Hey, yo. We are the Dank Dads, man. Tune in to Dank Dads every Sunday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time,
Live in the
11
mix.
o'clock East Coast,
Talking anything and everything.
all day long. Let's go, college football. So listen, first of all, nobody played defense yesterday in college football.
No. USC did. Kansas State, they have a lot. They lost last week. That was a big win against Oklahoma. Huge win at Oklahoma. Huge win.
Crazy.
Huge win.
It was crazy in there last night.
That's so dope.
I couldn't take my eyes off the game. I couldn't do
Never
it.
been a huge Oklahoma fan either. I love when teams have a hype of being top 5 and they're losing their own stadium. In their home stadium. Send all them college students home. Hell no.
Oh.
That shit's fun. I love that. But yeah, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia. That's who's gonna be.
Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia.
That's who's gonna be. And the fourth one, I don't know. It might be Michigan or USC. But they're not gonna win the national championship. Not against one of those fucking 3 teams. So they need to hurry up and get this 12-team fucking playoff going, so that we can see some exciting football. It's still gonna be the top fucking 3 teams in there every fucking time winning it all, anyways. But at least we'll get some dope matchups. That Tennessee and Florida game was.
I want to touch on that real quick about the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that.
I can't wait for 12. It should have been 12 off the jump.
You were right. I hate to admit that you were right. I said
every now and then I get it.
What did I say, 8?
Yeah, but I mean
it's gonna take that. It's gonna take 12.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's gonna take 12 is because there's something changing in college football right now. Anybody can show up.
Of course. So, and that's what's cool is before the playoff, right? They had the bowl games, and they would rotate the national championship game between the New Year's 6 games, right?
Right.
So now with 12 teams, every New Year's 6 game is meaningful again. You're not going to get that Orange Bowl that is just 2 cool teams right now. That's actually a playoff game, and that's dope. That is super dope because those 12 teams are the real deal. And yeah, you're going to get cool blowouts. There's going to be teams that are going to be blowing these fucking teams out like 12, and the matchups aren't going to be great all the time. But there are going to be some dope upsets too. That's going to happen because of the transfer portal, because of anybody can show up. That is going to be sick. Yeah, it needs to be 12. No more than 12 though. I think 12. Anything over 12 is overkill.
Did you watch Oregon and Washington game was really good too.
It was one possession game, 44-41.
Yes, it was.
But annoying because Oregon.
Did you watch the Louisville game?
No, I didn't see the
Louisville's quarterback
going off again.
He's a monster.
Talk about quarterbacks. Deion Sanders' son is a fucking monster, and he's not getting the coverage that he needs. Although he plays in the FCS, I get that, and competition is not there. But his numbers are insane.
Over there.
Insane.
Over there.
What do you mean over there?
His numbers are cool over there, bro.
You don't think that would transition to a better? Imagine that dude on UNR or something. He has a talent, and Deion's your man. I don't even know how you're even going against the grain on this one. You should be all over this.
Listen, gunfire is different in every neighborhood.
Yes,
you feel me?
Of course,
right?
But I think he's good enough to be at a higher school, and he's only there because his dad's coaching. He would be at a Power 5 school if his dad was not coaching.
I don't know if he's playing quarterback at a Power 5 school though.
Okay.
I don't think
but he would still be in a Power 5 team playing.
He's cool.
His numbers are real fucking cool.
They're cool for the HBCU.
Yeah, but I mean,
and they loaded.
Of course,
they loaded.
Of course.
So they look. I'm not saying the kid can't.
I just don't think they're getting enough coverage.
I'm not saying the kid can't play, and I'm just simply saying that for where he is right now, and where they stand in that conference and where they're playing, I don't know if I would give him the. I don't know if I would give him that status of saying that he's all that to where he could come over here and do the same thing. Just I don't know.
Jacksonville State with smoke. They'll beat UNR.
I don't know about that.
Do you think it's that much of a difference?
Yo, I don't. Yeah, absolutely. Listen. Shit, things are different. Like
exactly in favor of Jackson State, in favor of them.
Listen,
different.
Listen.
They're going to get 5-star. They're going to get players that can go to these Power 5 schools just because Deion Sanders is the coach and the culture that they're building and the fun that they have and the rappers that they bring in and the culture that they're bringing. They can get those. So FCS or not, to me, that's irrelevant with that specific team. Any other FCS school, yeah, fucking whatever. But because of what they are able to bring in culture-wise, I think that's the real deal.
Listen,
got crazy numbers.
Listen. When you go and you play a Division 1A team, let's say UNR, right? We live in the Reno, Sparks, Tahoe area, all right? There's not a lot of great football in this area on any level, okay? I can say that.
Pretty sad.
Because I come from.
Yeah, no, that's real.
Good football, right?
There's no denying that. They want to be proud of it, but it's good.
But when you talk about a college football team on the Division 1A level, and you talk about a college team, you talk about a HBCU, and you put those two teams on the field, that shit looks totally different.
So why I said that is UNR lost to an FCS already. Incarnate Word. 2 weeks ago. At home.
Who they lose to?
Incarnate Word. Who?
Who they lose to?
That's Incarnate Word. That's the university that they lost to.
Incarnate Word.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Really?
And Incarnate Word has a really good fucking quarterback who is a part of the transfer portal and will probably be in
how bad they lose to them?
They gave up 50-something points.
Easy. What was the score, though?
58, 38, something like that. Back and forth. They gave up like 600-700 yards of offense.
Like Maryland. Let's take Maryland. Let's take University of Maryland. They wouldn't stand a chance.
Okay, yeah, but that's
and
that's why I started off low with you.
Right, and I think you have UNR.
Big, bro.
Huh?
Maryland, that's a big.
They're not ACC anymore. Big Ten.
Big Ten, okay. That's still a big conference.
But they're low in the Big Ten. Is what I'm saying. They're lower in the Big Ten, but they're a big boy program. You got UNR is not quite a big boy program.
No, of course not.
Right? But at the same time, when you see UNR on the football field compared to those guys or Jackson, you'll be able to see the difference in athletes and just athletes in general. Now, I'm not saying some of these small teams, Middle Tennessee, Stowe, Miami, and then.
Well, I think Jackson State's different because of who they have coaching.
True.
They have different. They're not Grambling. They're not like all the other little tiny colleges.
And I'm not saying that he's not creating a culture. I'm not saying that either. I'm saying that right now, where that kid stands right now as a quarterback, I just think he's got the cheat code. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I don't think that he's playing really solid.
You know damn well he would not be there if his dad was. He'd be in a Power 5.
I do, but I don't know if he'd be playing quarterback either.
Would he be starting for a Power 5?
Yeah. I think he might be a wide out. I think he might be a dope deep safety.
So that means,
yeah,
he got it.
Yeah. I just don't know if he's playing quarterback.
Is he going? He's going to the league.
As quarterback?
He's going to have to. What else?
We're going to have to see about that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Shit.
Kansas. First time they've ever been 4-0 since fucking
long time.
They've been in the gutter for they were the laughing stock for a long time. If you didn't win 60-10 against those guys, it's bad. I saw some of those point spreads against those guys over the years, and it's 30s. But
what do we think about
they still in the culture?
My Deacons losing.
That's a tough loss. That sucks. Like that's the season now.
No, I think the K-State really helped us out, so I'm not really tripping.
Yeah.
I think K-State. I think that we lost in double overtime, and I think K-State walked in and smacked the dog shit out of Oklahoma, and I think that we're gonna be able to actually go up.
How does that?
We did double overtime with the number 5 team in the country, bro.
But you need to win the ACC championship to get into the playoff. and that now is on the line because of that.
I'm small rankings.
Well, yeah, rankings, of course. Yeah, you're not. Yeah. You might even go down. To be honest, yeah, you might.
I think we might even go up. To be honest.
Well, that's what I meant. Like you might go in under 20.
Yeah.
You might be 18 come Monday or something.
Yeah,
right?
I think we can pull that off.
You lost Clemson at home. Like that's a tough game. And double overtime. The overtime could be anybody's ball game. So, and then I know that the people do the rankings back.
Let me say this though.
Gave Clemson a fucking run for the money.
We didn't get out coached.
No, hell no.
We did not get out coached.
Definitely not.
Salute. We did not. Wake Forest did not get out coached.
His quarterback had a hell of a game.
Yeah, it's just that man. They just used to playing in those kind of situations.
Damn, your quarterback had a hell of a game.
And it came out. They just used to playing those kind of situations, and it came out.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just what. Oof.
Both sides.
Man.
But there'll be some reshuffling this upcoming week.
You see the Arkansas game?
Yeah, that was another game. That's not surprising by any means, right? Because Texas A&M is C, but 23-21, good game.
Listen, Arkansas quarterback. My God, it's just some good shit going on right now, man. Running back play was crazy last night.
Goddamn, he had 18 rushes.
Yeah. Walking through people. Quarterback was just walking through people.
Yeah, because his quarterback play wasn't average, but running game was good.
Yeah.
NC State looks like they could be possibly the real deal. But NC State, shout out to my brother, 10 minutes away from him. Nope. Are they going to be able to hang with them, Alabama and Ohio State? Maybe. Maybe not. Most likely not.
Ohio State. I think with Ohio State.
What tells me is that they're not all that great is they're 4-0 and they're only 12. So what? They need to be top 10 before I really start considering them as a factor.
They're 4-0 and only 12.
Yeah.
It's up there.
But if you're undefeated in the ACC, you should be top 10.
Well, man, that's tough.
It is tough, but I mean,
considering
you got to be able to. I don't know. I really hope USC is able to. I hope Michigan stays up there. Michigan's number 4.
B Woods, what up? My boy B Woods tuning in. What's up, guys? We're the Dank Sportscast, man. You can find us on.
Facebook,
YouTube. There you go.
All that. Dank Dad Sportscast. Doing Dank Dad shit 24/7.
There it is.
If we're not doing sports, we're doing Dank Dad shit with our kids and our wives.
What we
fucking do.
This is true. Did you did balloon races?
We did balloon. Yesterday we went to the Candy Dance.
What's the Candy Dance?
It's a big, huge craft fair in Genoa, Nevada, which is south of Carson. And I'm talking 500 vendors. It's huge. There's a fucking 10,000 people there last year.
Sounds like a lot of white people, Jeffrey.
Of course. Genoa, Minden, Nevada.
A lot of stickers and shit on the back of cars and shit. Huh? A lot of stickers out there. Boy, listen, white folks in Nevada love some stickers. Okay? They got a stick about everything. I ran 13.6 miles this morning. Stick that shit right in their car.
On their water bottle. It might not just be Nevada. It could just kind of be white people everywhere.
It's just white people in general.
It excites us.
You keep a heavy amount of stickers on your water bottle too.
I do.
How does it make you feel a certain kind of way?
They're all sick ass stickers.
Okay. The way your face just lit up. Hey yo, white people love stickers.
Some sick ass stickers.
White folks love stickers. This is the first thing, Jeffrey. Listen, look how cool that shit is.
Facts.
I was appreciative, and I love this. Jeffrey's wife made me.
The first merchandise we had was stickers, so yeah.
Listen,
shout out to my wife for making those stickers.
Shout out to her for that.
Appreciate that.
Jeffrey's wife. All right.
She was quick with it too. I love that.
So tell me about what'd you get?
It was some food, some drink, right? Kids' little crafty things.
What kind of drink did you get?
I had a beer and 2 margaritas.
Okay.
It was pretty good. It was hot, but good food. Has some Indian tacos.
Who drug you out there? Your wife drug you out there?
That's her favorite event.
Craft
fairs, but the candy dances. But candy dances, big deal. It's big. It's not just some little park.
It's like the Coachella of crafts.
It's up there, bro. Like people travel from all around.
What are crafts?
Crafts.
Like what? What is
like,
crafts?
I don't know. Fucking art pieces to unique shit that people are hand making and stuff like that.
Like what little chiseled out birds out of
birdhouses
marble?
to fucking custom barbecues to fucking art pieces like jewelry, clothing, hats, knives, leather, anything that people make, they just come and sell it.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's more of like, I mean, I'm going there for the people
Right.
watching and to hang out and the drinks and the food.
Shout out to my cousin Wayne Singleton, man. I love you.
So yeah, that was a dank dad shit.
No, no. I'm not getting off of the craft stick just that easy. So what'd your wife get?
What we get? We got some pickled garlic. That's my shit. That's that Italian coming through.
That sounds good.
I'll eat that shit raw.
Hey, you gotta bring me some of that.
I'll bring you that shit.
Garlic. That sounds good.
Fucking fire, bro. I eat that shit. And it's a natural anti-inflammatory too, just so you know. All right, some garlic.
Right. You knew how to sell me on that. Yes,
yeah, I eat garlic like no other, bro.
Okay,
that
so do I.
flowing,
I love it. I love it.
And just pickled, where it's not like super spicy. Just
you got to bring me some of that after the shit is over. What else?
She got this. My kids got some necklace. Like Lincoln got this little bracelet with a big ass fucking spider inside of it.
Go shout your kids out, man.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of kids, Lincoln's baseball team, the Twins for Reno American, struggling to start the season.
Right.
0-4.
Okay.
Struggling. They were in the dugout. Well, we're the worst team in the league, like cheering, right? Like they were just fuck it. They had they were not good, right? But this last Thursday, exciting game. They were down in the end, last inning. If they took the lead, they won the game. And all the parents were on their feet, and they ended up doing it. And Lincoln scored the last run to win the game. He got his little buddy hit him in. He was on third, and he scored the last run. All cheering, got a bucket of water dumped on him.
Shout out to my boy Lincoln.
It was dope.
Let him stay in the fight, bro.
It was dope. And what's funny is he's been getting down on himself because he's a really good hitter, but he hasn't made the transition from coaching pitching to kids pitching. He hasn't made that transition yet because the kids are wild, right? Like the coach throws it right down the middle, soft, easy every time, so he can just barrel up and smack the shit out of it. But the transition to the kids pitching is you might get one at your fucking face, you might get one right down the middle, you might get one behind you might get it right through the crowd or in front of the kid. Like you never know. So he's automatically thinking it's a bad pitch. And if you're automatically thinking that, you're late already on your swing. But 2 games ago, he got a hit, and that was his first hit of the season. And that boy got blood. He smelled the blood in the water after that. He's like, I can't wait for my next game. I want to get a hit. He got this whole new confidence just because he got one hit.
That's all it takes.
It's all it takes.
Yeah.
For you to fall in love with the sport. There's one dope ass play for you to love it. And he was struggling. Like he was kind of on the verge. Like, fuck, I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
Nah, don't give up, Link.
I didn't.
Listen, don't give up.
I've had to take a step back a little bit, chirping at him from the sidelines too. Let him have fun. Thing, right?
Let the fucking kids play, man.
But I'm telling you, he got that whole new swagger and confidence. I see him out there like reading the plays instead of picking flowers, just like focused.
Growing up.
Focused.
They grow up.
Just took that one. So, and now that he scored that, game-winning run on the last game, he's amped now. That's pretty good.
Well, Asa had soccer yesterday, so we played the Pink Dragon yesterday. So we're undefeated. This soccer team that Aces on has been together for quite some time.
I heard a lot about it.
You have
a lot.
Okay,
like how the real deal they really are.
Okay, so it's been around for a couple of years now, and we've kind of got this new group. But we got this little girl. She's Asian. Her name is Zoe. She's number 2. She's a monster. Okay, you got the safety back there. That's Ace. She's playing safety. But guess what? She set up a good score, and she got a score this week. You know what I'm saying? Her footwork's getting better. You know what I mean? It's the same thing.
Is she one of the taller kids on the team?
Yeah, her and Charles Tobert, my boy Charles.
That helps.
Ari. Ari's like Shaq.
That helps with the goalie.
Yeah, but Ari's like really running through people and shit. Like people get in front of them, just like they just fall on the ground and shit. It's hilarious. But we have a ball at Saturday morning soccer. So I just wanted to shout out the Dolphins.
Yeah, shout out the Dolphins.
The Blue Dolphins.
The Blue Dolphins.
Listen,
kicking ass and taking names.
Absolutely. Dank that shit all day long. Listen, before we get out of here, let's talk about this thing with the Celtics coach. Getting suspended for the year. Let's get into it real quick. I just want to end it on this note because I just think it's crazy. It's crazy.
He's suspended for the whole season.
For a whole season?
We're not even breaking the law.
He broke Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson didn't break the law. Did he go?
But
Listen, bro.
You're right. He didn't break the law. You're right. But
he did not break the
this is
law.
apples and oranges.
It's no. It can't be apples and oranges when it comes to one
Okay, well, this
demographic.
is really big apples and really small apples.
No, it's not. It should be the same shit.
It is. They're both apples, but one's far bigger than the other. Because the Celtics coach just got one lady plus his wife involved.
He ain't got a wife. He along with his wife.
They married and they had a kid and everything.
I think
They had an affair. Oh yeah, they never got married. You're right. They're together. They never officially got married.
Yeah.
But either way, okay.
I think
There's 2 women involved, and Deshaun Watson has 3 women involved. It's a little bit different.
Did any of those women file charges against Deshaun Watson? I'm just asking.
But is the
question.
Celtics coach in a lawsuit because of this? Probably not. Deshaun Watson is. So that's where the difference, I think.
Okay, so obviously this is a romance.
Of course, and for quite some time, probably.
Right?
Yes, in my understanding.
So
On both sides.
the way they're trying to paint this thing is that they're under corporate infrastructure to where they have to, when someone violates that clause in their contract, that they have to be suspended for a certain amount of time. Well, I don't know what is specified in there, but they say that those are the rules that they.
Yeah, it's code of conduct of some sort.
Of course, right?
But how do you suspend? Like, what is the code of? So it couldn't just be a code of conduct of just having romance. He had to have an affair of some sort, right?
Well, what they're saying
Cheated.
is that it's the GM's wife.
Oh, so that's
Yeah.
when I did a little bit of research on this. After a paragraph or two, every article talked about, well, Brad Stevens, he stood up for women, and they always brought this motherfucker back into it. And I was thinking, like, why? This guy's not even a coach. Why are they bringing up the old coach on how he stood for women? This old white coach, right? Like, why do they keep bringing this motherfucker up? He's not the coach anymore. Like what are they doing? What narrative are they trying to paint? It's obvious, of course, but I don't
know.
And the Celtics coach is a good dude. The players like him.
Oh, yeah, we'll keep going with the old coach stuff.
I don't know. I don't know what they were trying to. I mean, I do know, but it's like why they're wanting to paint this new coach so terribly by bringing up the old white coach on what he did all the goddamn time, even though he didn't amount to shit as a Celtics coach. He wasn't giving no championships.
He gets on there in the press conference after the owner speaks, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's rather emotional. Such a bad. What's wrong with this dude? I was like, why is he talking like this right now? This might be his lady. Might be his wife. He smashes someone's wife in the front office.
And that's never going to go down well, especially if the person you're doing it to is above
I think that's
power.
the problem. I think that's the problem.
He's fucked up on that.
I wouldn't coach. Would you coach after that?
That's hard to say because you don't know how.
Let me ask you guys a question for next week. Would you still coach the Celtics? Would you still coach the Celtics after what they put this man through? Why would they not handle that shit in-house? Why did it have to come out like this?
I don't know, and that's the thing is nothing is in-house anymore. So you fucked. Let me slip up. That shit's gonna be public. And a lot of it's because I want to be the first one to let people know. I want to be the first one to report it. So that's why everyone wants that Me Too. I want to be the first one to it. So nothing's ever going to be in-house anymore.
But it's internal.
It is.
Just like me and you having an argument right here.
Of course.
I'm not gringo.
I don't know.
We had
100
people that we had an argument. Never.
I think that if he...
dog, they make... Listen. Oh, boy. I'm glad I got time for your fucking ass today. Oh, boy. Go ahead.
he just brought the Celtics to the finals. and now he's going to be suspended. So it's either like, if you don't coach for the Celtics, you need to end that shit right now, and don't wait out this suspension. Or if you wait out the suspension, you got to coach for him the next year, because why would you wait? Why would you do all that?
Listen, when I first heard this story, right? I didn't know what happened, to be honest, right? But as I got more into the story, just come to find out that it's him in a romantic relationship with some woman in the organization. She could be the former coach's wife. The traveling coordinator is what I hear. It's the traveling coordinator. I don't know who that is. But when I listen to ESPN and some of the African American women on ESPN, and I hope I have just enough time to really lend a level of advice to up and coming African American journalists, especially females, right? About 4 or 5 months ago, I watched, maybe 6 months ago, I watched Stephen A. Smith on The Breakfast Club. He was talking about revamping the show after Max Kellerman and the whole nine. Some of the things that he thought was wrong with ESPN. And I remember back in the day when Hugh Douglas was on there and a couple other people, it was a very misogynistic type of environment. And I think that Stephen A. Smith has done a really good job of putting these healthy black men and just men in general on his show. You know, just a good cast, right? All the way around, just solid dudes, right? You see a lot of wedding rings on that cast, and I like that. And they support those sisters up there, right? They always support them. Those same guys, when those women are talking, they shut their mouths. They show them a lot of love and respect on that show. When I listened to that show about this coach, Molly had the guy being sexually assaulting this woman. Mm-hmm. We don't know what he did, Stephen.
It's already painted with it.
No, they said that it was a relationship that wasn't.
Well, and if you're going to go out and say, you don't know what he did, how can you just jump to it?
And so what he said on the show, he was like, yo, what do you mean? Well, we don't know if he sexually assaulted her. And it was like, nobody says shit about that.
So why do we even got to go there?
Why do we have to go there? So it was her first, right? Then Malika Andrews, she goes in to her thing where she's like, and Stephen, she's screaming on Stephen A. Smith, and I'm just like, yo, what is wrong with you, right? She's insinuating something that's not even happening at all, right? And then what happens is when Stephen digs in her ass and says, first of all, this is my show. Number one, calm the fuck down. Number two, no one said any of that shit. And here's what happened. Oh, well, thanks for clearing that up for us, Stephen.
And so they're going head right up.
But listen, at the end of the day, you'll find yourself at home and not at ESPN anymore. Ask Jamel Hill.
Right, of course.
Jamel Hill was the most militant person. I'm like, Jamel, if you want to do that shit, wait.
Get more certified.
Absolutely.
Get your platform.
Build your shit up, and then go rogue. Go for it. Now you got Kimberly Martin also. She's a new analyst on ESPN. I just started seeing her this year. She does NFL. But goddamn, when she talks about Deshaun Watson, she acts like she was one of the victims.
Well, it's safe to say that if you are a male athlete, a male celebrity, and you have any sort of sexual romance of any kind, good, bad, legal, not legal, consensual, not consensual, you're fucked. You're going to get held to the flame by a lot of people, regardless of the facts. Like, there's no wiggle room for male athletes to fuck around on any sort of sexual stuff. There's no wiggle room.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah. Look.
Even if it is a consensual relationship within the organization, it blows my mind. They talked about this so goddamn much, and they let your boy Brett Favre off the fucking hook on his shit that he's got going on, stealing from welfare. They didn't give him. They gave Jameis Winston more coverage on crab legs than they did this Brett Favre shit. It's unreal. I'm segueing and heavy, but god damn, it's tough.
I feel like I'm living in a time warp.
Is it a black and white thing? I don't see how it can't be because of how much they're not talking about the Brett, and they're talking about the consensual relationship within an organization.
Does anybody really give a fuck about Brett Favre though?
Yeah, but how many? I mean, millions of people that he just stole money from fucking care now.
You know. I want to say that I want to be like
that one girl that got the dick pic gives a fuck about Brett Favre.
Yeah,
Brett Favre used to bounce on bar tabs. He used to fucking run up a bar tab in fucking Green Bay and bounce. This motherfucker's dirty, bro. Fuck Brett Favre.
Listen, hold on. I just don't think I don't think it's a black or white. I mean, yeah.
But when they bring up Brad Stevens, the ex-coach, he stood up for women. Blah 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 blah. Why?
I think the dude was piping his wife.
That's why. Yeah, well, of course. But why not talk about the coach from 10 coaches ago? Like, it's just annoying.
He was a coach from 10 coaches ago.
He was. But I'm just saying, like, it's just fucking weird that they got to be a black one thing. Unfortunately.
I don't want to live in that space on this show. I
don't either.
But
that's why I said it, because
I mean, this fucking coach is the owner of Phoenix, and we're in it, you know. And listen, I don't think he's a racist. I think he's just a powerful motherfucker. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say, because I know people that
which
know
is
him.
From some respect on that
I know
level.
some black folks that know him, and they're like, nah, he's like. But then you tell him to sell 2 teams, how much fucking money you gonna make? Then what else you gonna do? Go buy a baseball team next? Yeah, like you ain't hurting this dude. I don't think anybody wants to hear about Brett Favre.
Of course not, because he's out of the league for a while and hasn't made noise in a minute. But it's still, okay. I don't know. It's just they needed to cover it more. It's fucked up. It's criminal. He should have jail time. He could face jail time.
No, he's not.
Brett Favre?
Done.
Brett Favre. No, this just came out about him stealing money from the welfare and building a fucking.
Yesterday.
He's not gonna get. He should. That motherfucker should.
I just saw on ESPN that he will not.
Fucking bullshit.
He will not be charged. All I'm saying is this: is that I don't think that this coach should be drugged like this for falling in love with a woman, because obviously he's falling in love, right? Married to, engaged to Nia Long. I think that, that's terrible.
Well, so I did read in the report that everyone in the management or everyone knew that it was consensual from both parties, and then later on, the girl may have come out and said, "Well, he's being pretty inappropriate," which
sounds like somebody,
which is fucked up, because like at any given point, these women have that fucking nuclear weapon in their back pocket.
You made a great point. You said we have to be on point.
Always. There's no wiggle room, bro. You can't do nothing, bro. It's not like, and could you imagine though, like back in the 50s, 60s, 70s in these sports, 80s, on how much sexual harassment probably happened, bro.
God, yeah.
These girls are not safe back then. And if they didn't put up with it, they got fired. And that's just the way it was. So that's fucked up on that level. So, there's no wiggle room nowadays because of that, right? And the new cancel culture and all that. And women should not be sexually harassed, of course not. But if it's consensual for years or months, and then the script flips, and now this guy's might be jobless for the rest of his career, that's fucking.
Do you think they'll change the time?
They could change the time, because I know that they go a little top heavy. I don't know if he has the ability to appeal, because it's a team suspension, right? It's not. Is it a league suspension or is it a team suspension?
Yeah, I think it's definitely a corporate structure type of thing, like Tiger Woods.
Yeah. So is it? So yeah, is the Celtics making this call to suspend him, or is this the NBA?
That's the Celtics. I think that's the issue. That is the Celtics.
Oh my God, it is fishy. Right? They don't give a fuck about next season. That owner's so mad.
Listen.
You don't give a shit.
He said, "You're gonna pay for laying that black meat."
Yeah.
Believe me, it's a white girl.
And he's probably thinking, okay, my roster's good enough for any fill-in coach to fucking do their job.
100%.
And hoping that fill-in coach does better, maybe, right? I don't know how you do much better than
I'm
getting
going
the
to
final.
punish your penis. You will not do that again. But I wouldn't come back and coach nothing after that.
If it's to the point where it's your boss and all that, yeah, fuck that. You got to move on.
Yeah, I
That's
can't,
damaged. You
I
can't
can't
get that.
imagine that being healthy.
And I would imagine he still has the feelings for the chick. Right?
I don't know, but damn, boss, you want to be in that garden, bro? You want to be in the garden with that crowd?
I'm curious to see how the fans.
The jokes?
I'm curious to see how the fans take
The
this.
jokes is gonna come through there.
Because what if the fans are on his side?
Ain't no way.
They probably won't be
are
because
you smoking weed. Listen, there's no way that anybody in Boston is gonna be cool with this black man fighting
I know.
with white guy.
You're right.
No.
And the average fan doesn't dive in deep enough to really get the facts, so they're just going to give it at face value. This motherfucker sexually harassing people and he's suspended, and that's all they're going to worry about. Yeah, Boston is ruthless. They're pretty. That is one of the most racist cities.
I'm telling you.
You're right.
Been there for sure.
You're right.
Listen, guys, we are the Dank Dads, man. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. This is fuck today, man. God damn, thank you so much.
Episode 4 in the books.
Yeah. Listen, guys, we're the Dank Dads. You can catch us on where, Jeffrey?
Facebook, Dank Dad Sportscast page. YouTube at Facebook or at Dank Dad Sportscast. Instagram, same tag, Dank Dad Sportscast. We're really trying to build up this Facebook page, so share it, like it,
Definitely.
let people
Follow
know.
Dank Dads.
Let every dad you know about it. Let them know. We really want to try to build this page. We want to start doing podcasts from different locations. We want to start incorporating the community a little bit more. We love our setup, but at the same time, we want to start building and growing and really having our face around this entire city. So
happy today.
So
happy.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out. Hey, enjoy your day, man. Enjoy your college football. Enjoy college football next week. Enjoy NFL today. Hey, thanks for coming in with the Dank Dads. We out.